Last evening, about 8 o'clock, some staff members at a couple of our schools got some information that they felt was important to share with us regarding a terroristic threat. Since 8 o'clock last evening, there's been an extremely collaborative effort between our team at the Dallas ISD and the City of Dallas, the City Manager's Office, the Mayor, and we've been working throughout the night to work on this issue. The Joint Terrorism Task Force has also been contacted regarding this situation. I think that everyone has done their due diligence on the information that we have. I significantly want to thank City Manager and everyone who dropped everything they were doing over the last 12 hours to focus on this very important matter. And so we feel that our students are safe, but it was very important that we take assertive action at this point. So at this point, I'll turn it over to Chief Miller to make additional comments.
Just as Dr. Hinojosa said, last night at about 8 o'clock, we received some information from some administrators at 2 schools in the district concerning a threat. We took that information very seriously. Reached out to my counterparts at the Dallas PD, Chief Brown, Chief Cato. We got in touch with the Joint Terrorism Task Force and the FBI, taking these threats serious. As we said, by 11:20 last night, we were at those schools and with bomb dogs and task force supplied by the Dallas Police Department, and we took the threat very serious. We went to the schools, we swept those schools, we were very confident that the schools are safe. As we move forward, this is an ongoing investigation. Chief Brown will talk more about that. But as always, the main thing that's important for people to know that nothing is more important to us than the safety of our kids. We're going to do everything we can to provide a safe learning environment for them and the staff. Chief.
As Chief Brown is coming up, we also got contacted by the Superintendent of Houston ISD, and they had a similar issue in Houston, and he had also been in contact with the Superintendent of Miami, who also had a very similar issue happen in that city. And so the 3 of us were in contact with each other. Chief Brown.
Thank you, Dr. Hinojosa. The Dallas Police Department is working in conjunction with our detectives who are members of the Joint Terrorism Task Force in this region. We've received the email from DISD that is very similar in nature to the Los Angeles school system and New York school system email threats. The terroristic threat designation is a criminal offense in the state of Texas, and that's what we're utilizing to proceed in our investigative inquiry. In addition to that, we're providing officers for extra patrols at the schools. We're trying as best we can to understand how we track through the IP address to get the source of these threats. And of course, we haven't identified any suspicious people or persons in the area associated with this email threat, but we are pursuing every lead through our collaborative efforts with the federal authorities. Our officers are on high alert to make sure that anything suspicious. I would encourage citizens to report any suspicious activity in and around the schools or in their neighborhoods associated with any of the schools, so that we can continue to pursue these leads and through our investigative inquiry. And in addition to that, I think that as we go forward here, we need to make sure that we don't overreact to fear. This is not necessarily just a hoax that we're just discounting. As I've heard throughout the New York conversation or the Los Angeles conversation, we have to take this threat seriously, and we have to pursue any and all leads to hold someone accountable for these threats through email.
Thank you, Chief. Well, we knew something like this might happen. That's why these professionals train, work together with our joint task force, and it's always a possibility. We put that into action last night, and we are able to say to the students of those schools go to school, it's safe, and your parents can go to work and feel good about what you're doing there. That being said, obviously someone's trying to scare Dallas, and that's not going to work. We understand that there are serious issues going on in this world and throughout this country. And that's why our partners at the federal level are extremely important in this. And Chief Brown is working closely with them to make sure that we get to the heart of this matter. But we wanted to keep you up to speed immediately with as much information as we have. Throughout the next few days, you'll be hearing and seeing more of this. But I think it's important to know that the teams work together, and we're a safe city this morning, but we're going to make sure that we are vigilant, and these guys are going to be working overtime in our schools and throughout our city to take things seriously and make sure that we continue to be safe. West Dallas is an extremely important part of our city. We have a lot of great families there and a lot of great students. Many of them are Spanish speakers. So I asked Mayor Pro Tem Monica Alonso to come speak to those Spanish speakers for a moment. Mayor Pro Tem.
Thank you, Mayor. Good morning. Buenos días. Como han mencionado, este es un esfuerzo nacional para poder asustar a nuestra comunidad, pero como han escuchado, tenemos un esfuerzo muy grande y un grupo de personal que es no nomás fuerte y profesional, pero también reaccionó inmediatamente. Para los padres, dejarles saber que estas escuelas en Pinkston y Martínez, que están en West Dallas, en el área que yo represento, están en buenas condiciones, no nomás con las patrullas, pero también con el personal. Les pedimos que sean fuertes, tengan fe en nuestras patrullas, en nuestros departamentos de policías y también en nuestros maestros y la administración. Hacen un buen trabajo. La mayor preocupación para todos nosotros es la seguridad de los niños y todo el personal que está en estas escuelas. Les dejemos que estén al tanto, y gracias a todos los esfuerzos que reaccionamos inmediatamente. Queremos dejarles saber que todo está bien. Gracias.
Thank you. I'm sure you have some questions. We'll be able to answer some of them. Some of those we probably won't be able to answer, but let's take this in an organized fashion, starting here.
I'm wondering, is there a big concern about a lot of parents maybe keeping their kids home from school today?
Well, I'll let the superintendent.
Well, that's one of the reasons that we decided to contact all the parents through our school messenger system so that they would be informed. We told them exactly what we heard, and so that they would be. Today is testing day, and so at our secondary schools, we want our students to be here. We want, like the mayor said, we want to continue on in business as usual. So this is early. We haven't heard any reports of what our attendance is like, but we do expect our students to show up.
And
Was there ever any thought
Hold on,
of
follow
canceling?
up.
Just to follow, the messenger, you got the word out to all the parents through the, what's it called?
The school messenger, it's a robocall system, so that we can get information to every parent.
And I'm a parent of DISD, so I received it also this morning.
At any point this day, do you guys consider canceling school in light of what they did in LA?
Based on the information that we had last night and my conversations with Superintendent in Houston, and the fact that we had an opportunity that it was localized to have support from Dallas PD to go and look at those two facilities. We did not make any determination until that was concluded, and at 2 o'clock this morning we got a conclusion that those two schools were safe. So we held up until we made that decision based upon the feedback we got from Dallas PD.
Dr. Hinojosa, we understand that in Houston and also in Miami, these threats came at 10 o'clock last night. And they put things out last night when this happened. And it's 7:30 this morning. Why is it so long for Dallas to respond if all of these threats happened at the same time?
My understanding is that those threats were very general. The fact that we had information about two specific schools was much different than LA and others. So they went on the information that we had, and so then we cooperated with Dallas PD, we had a conversation and said, since ours is more localized, let's check this out, and then we'll make a decision based upon the information that we have there.
So there's always a concern of possible copycat threats. What message would you like to give the public and people who might be considering these types of threats against their schools?
Well, I'm more concerned about a systemic scare tactic through cities in the United States. And we're going to be relying on the FBI to help us differentiate between copycats and a trend. And it might happen, but that's not my concern at this point, and that's not the chief's concern. Anything else? Thank you so much, and we'll keep you guys informed. Appreciate it.